Right.
Whoa.
I don't really know. I just know that I'm thinking about. I was just thinking about this recently, and it makes me think that. Oh no, it's hard to find like, I guess, meaning in things is what I'm getting at. Um, where it's like, yeah, if like everything's an illusion, it's like, damn, well, fuck. I
Nothing
Well,
don't
seems
know. I
real.
don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to get in like to like a
But
yourself.
that's the thing. That's
nihilistic type of
that's
view, but
that's the dope thing about it, right?
Whoa.
Because if everybody's creating their own illusion, what's real to you is what's real to you.
right.
That's what I'm saying.
And we're all in here with you.
And that's like, I
No,
think
really.
that's kind of all that matters. That's the one thing, everybody try to hold on to the things that are real to them. But
Oh.
that thing that's real to them might not be real to you.
Hmm.
Like,
Yeah, you can test that. You can test what's real or what's valuable, what's important to you by just holding your breath. Hold your breath, plug your nose, put your hand over your mouth and see what's really important.
I
And
mean,
at some point there's a base reality, right? There's this base foundation that everybody's kind of operating from, but there's not a perfect human. There's not a fucking perfect whatever. We're always moving towards something, we can't really define, but there's not like this perfection you can point to and say, oh yeah, that's perfection, that's what I should value, because it's kind of different for everybody. What True is saying, we can make it what we want.
right.
Yeah, like you say that, it seems to me like you said it like a different way. And I was like, dude, what's real? Like it's real. If it's real, then go pinch yourself, or you know what I mean. Go pinch yourself and see if it's real. But if it's not real, if it's not real, and nobody's real, and everybody means everything to everybody. But apparently, everybody in this channel means everything to everybody. We mean something to each other because we're all in the same. We keep coming to the same loop. So,
Yeah,
like, what's
but what
going
is
on?
real? Like True said, it's what you
Yeah,
think is
that's what I'm
real.
trying to go back to with that.
What is
Yeah.
real? That's the question. You know what I mean?
See,
Because something that you think's real, other person think it's an illusion.
yeah,
But
other
Whether
yeah,
people
you,
but
think
it's
it's
not
an
whether you get
always
illusion.
the
all the
same
look, I
illusion.
just
Then
showed you it's a fact. I showed you all the scientific studies. Now we can classically say that this is real. Yeah, but I still don't believe it. It doesn't matter
right.
what you believe.
you don't have
Because
to
show me
believe
their
it.
formula of proof. What fuck is proof? Like person that's gonna ask question. It's like that kid when you're 4 years old kept asking you why. Oh, can you answer? But why?
You
And
can,
you just keep going on forever because
yeah,
they keep
forever.
asking you why.
You can have proof. You can have proof. But if a person don't believe it and don't want to believe it, your proof is not gonna mean anything to them.
It means you're delusional. Oh, you're believing that lie. You're you're that. You know what I mean? And now you're same thing, but you're doing the same thing he's doing. He's doing the same thing you're doing, and
Yeah.
you guys are in a yin and yang.
The yin
And that's how it is. So for the rest of the life, you're chasing each other's tails, and you get nothing done. Instead of each person
Like,
just stop and
dude,
say,
like
you
my
know what? I
he
agree
was
to disagree. I may not believe what you believe, but I respect it.
Cause like I can be
And
a
that's
Mormon.
it. Leave
I
it
can
at
be a
that.
Mormon right now, and I can be trying to give you my Mormonism.
Yeah, but if your religion says I gotta kill you in your religion, then I'm sorry.
But that's what I'm
my
saying. But
Religion
with it, but
tells me I
but
gotta kill
on
everybody.
my
So no,
side, having that belief,
I
I
know.
believe it to be true. So when you say you
Hey,
don't believe it, I'm gonna be looking at you some type of way because I'm like going, look at this punk man. He don't even wanna. He okay? Watch, he going to hell since he don't believe this. Cause this is what I believe and I hold to be true.
yeah, imagine if the Incas were still alive. You know, you gotta kill yourself to go to heaven.
That's fucking
In
crazy.
evil, you're gonna go to hell. But a couple thousand years ago, down south, if you killed yourself, you were going straight to fucking Inki or whatever the fucking god
Yeah,
they believed in. So
yeah.
and now, 2,000 years, a couple thousand years later, we believe, oh, it's such a bad thing. Oh my gosh, we're just crossing over to another side.
When we
It's just
was
another realm.
when the
This realm,
Vikings
I'm
was
out of
here, I
here.
mean that you die in war, you go to Valhalla.
Yeah,
You have to
Valhalla.
die in battle. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then the Japanese, right? They get honored by committing suicide, right? You do
Yeah.
kamikaze or
Yeah.
then you can be free,
Yeah,
your
vice
soul's free,
versa,
and
everyone
you go
else.
to paradise.
You gotta
You go to
follow your
paradise.
sword. Follow your sword. You feel me?
Yeah. To each his own, still. But as long as you ain't putting that
And
sword in
this,
me.
but just think about okay, Venom. Venom, the
Mhm.
cool thing about this, right? Think about all these systems, these belief systems, and think how many came before the one that we got right now.
Yeah, like I
It
mean,
all depends
as
who the
far as recorded
influencer
history,
was. Who
thousands,
was the
millions.
influencer? Who's
Billions,
influencing you
maybe
this time?
trillions. Oh, I've been looking out,
Like,
Master Creator.
putting them all together.
Yeah, I'm like, man, but and then we get this one, and we go, oh, this is the right one, because for
I
us,
think, yeah, that's the hard thing for me. I think it's just like I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I've been going through some like weird like thought processes lately, and I don't know if I can like quite put my finger on it or like what I'm trying to explain, but yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm just trying to like figure out what like the truth is.
that
We're on True Life Stories, and I guess
Yeah.
that's what I'm trying to
Yeah.
say is I'm
And
trying to
it's-
figure out what the fucking
but-
truth is.
But that's the you
Which
know
truth?
that's
Which
what
one?
what's the name? I think Exile was saying that's the dragon man still chasing the tail, because you know there is truth, but then there really is no truth, and there's really nothing
Yo.
to find.
There is the truth. You want me to tell you the truth, my brother? I'll tell you. You want me to tell you
Yeah,
that?
let me hear it, Big Chill.
You're the truth.
There you go.
Oh,
You are the truth, brother.
Yeah,
That's
if
it.
truth
I'm gonna
ever
leave it at that.
existed, it's in your experience.
It's you.
Because
You're
you
the
can define, like we were just talking about, Jessica was talking about, Chill was talking about his own way, True was talking about it. You define what is true. Now, if you start worshiping the chair, and you build a religion out of worshiping the chair, and you make a Bible out of worshiping the chair, that's going to be true to you. Or a fish, or baseball, or any of these fucking words that describe an action, right? You're going and doing something. A thought, you're experiencing that. Your imagination, you're experiencing that. That's visceral to you. That's true to you. And so by sharing these different aspects transparently with others, right? You're telling, go have a trip, you go to the top of the mountain, you go do the farming, you go make a beat, and you tell others, you know, how I made this beat, how I farmed this thing, how I, you know, got all these different experiences. If you tell those to somebody transparently, clearly, then they can gather truth from you, which you're experiencing, and then you're transmitting through this other media, and now this other person on the other side of the world, other person sitting 3 feet from you, can experience your truth through their own perspective. That's all without, I mean, you could have mushrooms, you could have Dimitri, you could have, you know, cannabis and all these things. They're not, it's not a prerequisite though. Right? Because truth is literally what we are. Truth, you know, psychedelic, the words psychedelic break down into mind expanding. You know, the etymology of the word, if you break down psychedelic breaks down to psyche and delios, which means to expand the mind, to expand your experience. And anything can be, True said it earlier today on his live, you know, everything is actually psychedelic. Because literally we are living drugs, right? A drug is what? A chemical compound. What in our body is not a chemical compound? So we're actually living, we are the living truth. That's why the dude, Jesus Christ, said, I am the light. I am the living light.
Yeah. Alchemy in itself.
And so the second coming of Jesus is not some dude going to come down from the mountain, some dude going to be born immaculate conception. No, it's the rising of that consciousness within us, because each of us have 33 vertebrae. Each of us have this psychedelic kind of experience, or a transcendent or a truthful experience that can then waken other people just by sharing who you are. Right? And you can light 1,000 different a million different candles from your one candle, and your light will not diminish.
So okay, so I have an interesting like line of questioning here for this. Then is like, I guess there's multiple ways to do it. So like, you talk about raising your consciousness. Like, how do you go about that? I know there's like meditation, psychedelics, like all these things, but like you raise your consciousness, but also like what is the point of like raising your consciousness?
Was what I think it's what he said. It's expanding it and make it
Right.
reach a little further than what it actually does.
To escape the illusion, man. You said you want the
You
truth.
can't
So
escape the
that's
illusion.
what
Well,
it's about. But that's
that's
what higher consciousness is about. You're breaking out through the ice wall, through the boundaries, through the fucking permafrost.
You can't.
Higher consciousness
You
is
can't.
escaping the
You
consciousness that
can't.
you're in now that makes you feel that you're limited.
Big chill.
That makes you
You
ask
can't
a question.
escape the illusion or the
You
matrix.
can
You
through
can
high
create another
consciousness.
illusion within the
No,
illusion.
no, you're escaping it. That's what it means to transcend. He wasn't listening to
Well,
what
I
what
think the important word he said was liberation. The sense of freedom from feeling trapped.
Yeah.
And that liberation, that freedom is possible. It comes with very intense focus though. Look at a tree. A tree's got to grow roots deep into the soil to be able to withstand the winds, to withstand the onslaught of weather. If the tree doesn't have deep roots, then it's not growing big fruits. It's not able to produce more seed. So in that way, you kind of have to take a step back from the things that you've accumulated. Being 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years old, you might have accumulated 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years of experiences, right? And so sometimes we don't have the opportunity to look at those things kind of detached, not dispassionate, but setting them down so I can look at them instead of having them muddle around in my brain. So writing, telling a story to somebody, drawing pictures. The creative part of your being is that infinity truth that is constantly receiving. So the manifesting part of us wants to do things, wants to get things done and organize and structure. And these are two sides of us that kind of seem opposite, but they're actually working together to make our experience. So taking a step back, some people call it shadow work, right? Digging your root, knowing that your roots. I mean, look at a root. A root is in the dark. A root is compressed. It's probably being onslaught with a bunch of different bacterias and stuff. It needs water. So going to your own experiences, going to your own shadow, your own weakness, your own distress, your own anguish, your own fear, part of that is going to allow you to what we call transcend or ascend or raise your consciousness, be more aware, build a focus that you're bridging from moment to moment to moment to moment to moment, because all there is this moment. You can go outside and it might, you can go outward and it's going to take you an infinite time, but the step inward is just one step. And so that's a constant step that you can take wherever you go. If you're on a bus, you're on a, sitting at your house, if you're talking to somebody, how are you feeling about the situation? What's really important in this moment? What's really important in this moment? So the raising of consciousness might be a new age thing. It might be like this new idea. Maybe it's an energy that is coming around the world that, hey, what we've done in the past really hasn't worked out that well. Maybe we should start doing different shit.
What's up, young God?
I mean, we haven't had the opportunity to talk to somebody in South America or South Africa or Australia or Japan or China or all these different places. You're in my ear right now, right? I have no idea where you are. It's California. So the opportunities that we have were afforded to us by the people who came before us. Without psychedelics, you are literally 1 million different people, 100 generations ago. So like one generation ago, you were 2 people, your mom and your dad. 2 generations ago, you were 4, your grandparents. 3 generations ago, you were 8, your great grandparents. So without psychedelics, we can see, without taking an entheogen, let's say, we can see how we're actually connected to everybody and how everybody's choices got us to this Discord tonight. So wherever you go, there you are. You can look at all these different systems. You can look at all, make correlations through the different maps that you've made. And sometimes you can get lost in that sauce. Like, how is actually those things correlating? Until you take an internal value, because I can't tell you what to think about things. I can't tell you, we all have our different experiences here. And if we shed them, exchange them transparently, that's the way that somebody ascends or somebody raises their consciousness, so to speak. Thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah, that was a lot to take in, but thank you. Thank you. Man. Yeah, I gotta think about that for a second. That was a lot.
Yeah, it's weird. That's what we was talking about earlier, that connection that you have with everybody. Because a lot of times, even from the way we look, the way we talk, the way we speak, we'll think we different. Or, we'll even think we look at things differently. But then when you really get to talking to somebody that's like could be 100% totally look different or talk different than you, you start seeing, man, shit be the same. Everybody the same. Everybody is the same. Going through the same. Being the same. Loving the same. Hating the same. That's the illusion right there, man.
The illusion of separation is probably the greatest illusion.
Yeah. Cause I would make my God different than yours. And then really make my love different than yours and my hate different than yours. It do make sense. It's like, why wouldn't I?
I bet you your God. Sorry, go ahead.
No, please.
No. Go ahead, man. Go ahead, my brother. Because what you're on tip, man. I agree with everything you're saying, man. Sorry, brother. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, we talked to this. It's a Discord thing. It's not.
He said, what about have a long relationship with people? What do you mean? What do you mean by have a long? Do anybody understand that? Young guy said, what about have a long relationship with people?
I think that's kind of what you were saying, where you're sitting down. I like the way that you're true. I like the way that you're able to befriend anybody. So have that, that you can see the sameness within that person to want to know more about their experience, what they're have experienced, are experiencing, to be able to, how is this thing actually the same? That's what I'm getting from that. So having a longer relationship, you're able to see over time. If I just talk to you for a day, I only get that much. If I talk to you for 10 years, then there's a lot more of that communication, transmission, communication again, where it's like back and forth. We can see where each person is coming from and how they kind of respond to different situations. Yeah. You see somebody in one situation and take that as face value. Well, you don't know how they got to that situation.
Man, you don't know that harsh road it took to get right here, right now. It's a long road for a lot of us, for everybody. And that's crazy because where you at right now, Venom?
Like, where do I live?
Yeah, where you living at now?
I live in Houston.
But I thought you was already gone. I thought you was already overseas.
Oh, no. I said I was leaving next week. I leave in like 6 days.
Oh, yeah, see?
I leave in 6 days. I'll be in Hong Kong.
Yeah, see, just that experience right there.
Yeah, I'm hoping that will like give me some different perspective. I've never really been outside the country like that. I remember when I was little, I went to Mexico, but I was so fucking little, I don't really remember it.
Yeah.
But
Mexico ain't
But-
out the country. You can walk over there. I've done it.
Yeah.
At Hong Kong though, that's gonna be a long flight.
I know, I'm not excited. That's like it's like 20 hours. I'm flying from Houston to LA and then that's like 4 hours and then LA to Hong Kong is like 16.
Oh dang. Yeah, you
Yeah,
can't
it's
sleep no
like-
whole 16 hours.
Nah, I couldn't even sleep anyway cuz I don't like flying to begin with, so like once turbulence starts hitting, I'm gonna be fucking awake.
Damn. No wonder. What's up with his head? Hey, I'm like, no wonder I ain't been to Hong Kong yet. Like
Yeah, that's
20
far.
hours? 16 hours and we ain't stopping?
Nope.
We gonna fly the whole way, non-stop.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm not excited about the flight. And I'm even less excited about coming back. Like having to fucking leave and then do another 16 stop in LA and then do like I can do 4 hours no problem. Like that's not bad.
Yeah. And how long you staying?
I'm gonna be there for 10 days. I'm gonna be there basically for the Chinese New Year and then I'm gonna come back.
Yeah, it's gonna be worth it. Look, it's gonna be worth it. I'll do that 16 for that.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll be there for a minute, so it'll be cool. But yeah.
Ain't
There's a
that-
lot of cool shit to do there too.
Yeah, I think Eric B in Hong Kong. Ain't that where Eric B at, XL?
I think so. I think he's outside of. He's in China somewhere.
Yeah, I thought it was.
I think
Hong
he's
Kong.
outside of Hong Kong.
Mm.
He hikes up the mountains all the time. You're in for some beautiful scenery.
Oh yeah, that's one of the things I was planning to do. There's like 2 different trails I was gonna go walk around and explore.
But I think I think that's like you like man, you get your mind to this place to where it's not in fear of anything. It's not looking for anything.
That's
Not
that's
wanting anything. It's just the only thing it wants to do is just be. It don't matter what that be is. It just want to like exist, just exist in here and just
that's
experiencing
what I feel
things.
like I'm trying to like get to, but like I don't know, cuz I've had like a feeling of like restlessness recently.
yeah.
Like I just like for some reason or another like and I can't like I said I can't quite put my finger on it, but I just don't feel like at peace. And I don't know if it's because like I'm searching for something, I'm like looking for this answer that I'm never going to find. I don't know.
It could be. It could be. Are you do you feel like you searching for yourself?
I feel like I'm searching for like what you were talking about, like that sense of peace. Cause I've also been listening to like some of this Buddhist stuff recently where he talks about the middle way and kind of what Exile was talking about earlier. Like whenever you say like liberation and they talk about like liberation from suffering. So kind of hand in hand with what you're saying, like you don't fear anything, you don't really want anything. And I feel like I want to get to that point, but I just feel like there's like I don't know if I'm just like putting obstacles in my own way and I'm really just like getting in my own way about it because there's like certain things like I'm scared of and like scared to let go of. But yeah, I don't know.
Defining
so,
those
too, young
things
God.
either to yourself or to others will help you shed light or experience what those are. What does peace mean to you?
Peace means to me, I would say like what he was saying, like really not worrying about anything because I think that's like the biggest one because I think I do have like a lot of fears and things that I'm afraid of, especially like as the world feels like it's going like crazier and crazier. Um I just feel like in general the world is kind of like going fucking downhill. And like every time I think about that, like that just sends me into like this super anxious state where I'm like, fuck, dude.
Hey, it's crazy, right? Because like you don't get rid of fear. Fear don't stop being fear. You just learn how to control it.
Hmm.
You learn how to control it more than you did then. You don't let the fear create all these other circumstances that create other circumstances on top of circumstances, and it like keeps infinitely going. Like, you know what I mean? It's like you know how to balance it and like work it out, because you know you gonna have that fear sometimes when certain things are happening, but you're just
Right.
not gonna let it control you to the point to where now anything that happens within that even gets close to that is gonna create that anxiety, fear thing again and over again.
Right. Right. So, like, I guess like expound on that. Do you mean like say like you're thinking of something, you're like, oh man, I really don't want to do this one thing. Then that thought kind of leads to like a whole nother like sequence of thoughts where it's like, fuck, if I don't do this thing, then this is gonna happen, and it just like creates this whole like cycle.
Yeah, that'll keep going, because now you're thinking about all the reasons why you don't want to do it,
Mm-hmm.
which creates, you know, and it'll keep going and building upon itself. And
Yeah.
you know, I like sometimes I feel like this is how we create our demons.
Yeah.
This is,
That's
and
like,
then they you know, like how people say, you know, we create those things, and then that thing we carry it around with us, and
right.
we constantly build on it because we don't know that's what we doing, so we continue to stack blocks on it till it come to life and it become like a big, you know, all
That's what I
kinds
was
of
gonna
forever
say
consequences.
too. That's what I
What's
was
that
gonna.
thing when
Wow,
people
so
that homeboy said that
appreciation.
about anxiety?
Yeah, I
What,
got
what
you
was
right now. Let me
what
post
was
that
that
link.
one that somebody said about the anxiety quote? I keep forgetting about it. And you said it's something about it true about one day. That's what I was going to say to him, but I just can't remember it. You said it. Somebody said it about how anxiety is or stress is.
I don't recall, Jesse.
Oh,
Mm. But yeah, no, that's what I was gonna say. Is like I think a lot of it is just having to go through like my own internal work, because I realized I think recently that a lot of it is just like deep rooted like subconscious things that I have to like change.
Oh, thanks,
Like
Exile. It was
like a
taking
lot
me
of
a minute.
things.
Well, knowing that is the first part of it, right? If you're not aware of it, then how can you change it? So the first part, like in the 12-step process, if you're aware of it, then you can start to, hey, put some energy, focus into not doing. When True was talking about, if you didn't know that there's thorns in the bush and you go try to manicure the bush, well, now the first time you're gonna fuck yourself up probably and get a whole bunch of thorns. Trying to get that rose or whatever. But next time, hey, now I know that there's some thorns in that bush, so I'm gonna kind of manicure it like this. And then over time, they're just like, oh, I'm gonna grab this whole motherfucker. I don't even care about this.
that hey, and hey, I hate to say that's so real, because today when I had a gang of roses came in, and the roses had hella thorns in them, but soon as you look at it, the situation, I looked and I seen what they are, I knew how to grab them to where I know I ain't gonna get stuck. And even, you know, taking them apart, when I first used to do it, I would stick myself 1,000 times to where I didn't even want to touch them roses. Every time them roses came through, I did not want to fuck with them. I'd try to have somebody else do them. But now it's just like, bam, I just grab them. I know where to grab them at, how to grab them. Or, you know, when I break them down, I take them from the top and I strip them, and, you know, and I'm not getting stuck at all.
Right. Like,
So,
look at tying your shoe. Like, tying your shoe looked fucking magical at one point. Like, how the fuck did you just do that? And then the first couple times you're like making these weird ass knots and double knots and triple, you're like tying it to the lace. You're like, fuck it, I'm just gonna tuck my laces in. I'm not gonna even tie my shoes.
yeah, I ain't even gonna tie them. I'm gonna just tuck them. But just think how complicated it looked when you look down and they was untied.
Yeah.
And you couldn't do nothing about it. You couldn't tie them because every time you tried, it just didn't come out right.
Right. You ever tied somebody else's shoes?
Yeah, that shit
Like,
awkward.
Let me get that for you.
That's awkward though. It's still awkward. It's like you doing it upside
You gotta
down.
kind of let them. You kind of let them. Yeah. You want to let them know that you tied your
You're
shoes
welcome,
real
family.
quick.
It's wild because once you start seeing, it's like a pattern network. I don't know who always said something about a pattern network, but everything works in these weird ass patterns. And like you'll go along and you'll create these certain circumstances for yourself and not even know it. Like through it could be something small, like he said, pricking yourself on the flower. And now every time you see, you don't even want to mess with that. It's like weird, bro. And then we'll walk through life with it and carry that stuff. But then we're doing this every day. So it's just not the flower, it's the knife, it's the fork in the drawer, anything that's prickly. It'll turn into anything that's prickly. Anything that got a pointy tip, I'm not fucking with it. It's gonna create some kind of fear within myself. And it's like, I don't know. That's how I feel like I conquered my so-called demons, because I didn't see them as being the same no more. I didn't see it as these entities walking around following me, always trying to create chaos and make something bad go on. I don't look at it like that no more. I can't. It's impossible for me to look at it like that.
Like when you start working out, you feel weak as fuck. You start reading books, you feel dumb as fuck. You start working a job, it's like, oh, I gotta, you're new. There's level, what they call levels to this shit. And so it's definitely okay to feel like you are not enough.
Yeah.
That's not actually the truth, but it's okay to feel like that, right?
Anytime.
Like to allow yourself to feel these things. Otherwise, you shut yourself off from some part of what you are and manifest this totally different. We can create what we're, whatever comes into our perspective, whatever comes into our experience. Like True and Bib Chill was saying, these things you can build them up so much that now it's this cyclops that you've got to go, you dismantle and kill to try to get to the next thing. Well, you've built that up. You think that's necessary, and I can't tell you that might not be necessary. Go ahead.
And what's weird is because a lot of the things, even though we make them inside, they come from outside too. Like you can watch it if you pay attention in like how we watch movies and TV shows and shit all the time. The shit will show you the patterns of the shit. Like I was watching this one where these people dating these dudes in jail or women in jail, and they get out and they're talking on the street. Like you'll see these people say things, right? Or you'll see somebody come up and plant seeds in them and go, well, he from in jail, and people in jail, they do this, and this. And now when that person starts walking, now they walking with that thing that this person over there gave them also. And they go, and then they'll say it later on, well, I know it's kind of messed up because, he was in jail and I know he was on drugs or whatever. And it's like we do this to ourselves, but then everything else do it to us too. But it's like crazy because like half the things that we even put on ourselves or somebody else put on us, we don't have to carry it. Right. You don't have to accept everything people are giving you. Even whether it's good for you, not good for you, you don't have to accept it. Not even from yourself. That's the part I think I kind of learned. And I said, damn, just because that person carrying that burden and they give it to me don't mean that I have to take it on and carry it. Like, I don't even got to carry my own.
It says we had a very anxious time until we knew that they were safe. You know what I mean? You got to be like an anxious side, anxiety kind of made you feel safe, like a safe area, and then anxiety to more excited because you're safe.
Yeah.
To an area You're safe.
then
A safe spot.
and it's crazy because like even when we be harsh on people or trying to give them things, like sometimes we just don't know how to give it to them.
Ugh.
We'll give it to them in a way to where it'll be more harmful than helping.
Yeah.
It'll be a lot more harmful. And then that person got to carry that thing. Like we'll put shit on people and have them carry it. Like you'll see people put stuff on yourself. And it's I don't know, bro. Shit is weird now. Shit is weird now. But I said I pack my bags light when I walk these days. I tread lightly.
I don't carry nobody's burden, man.
Yeah.
When people start telling me shit just to ease their conscience, I'm like, I don't want to hear it. Stop right now. I don't want to hear it.
No, I don't.
Things you say, yo, bro, I wish you never told me that.
Yeah.
Now, I look at you different. Get away.
Yeah, no, like me, not
Don't tell me. I don't want to know.
not me. I be wanting to know everything. Look, I look at myself now. I'm the experiencer. I want to know everything. I want to know your experience. Maybe I can give you some type of advice on it. But what I'm saying is, what I'm saying is, when you giving it to me, yeah. But the only thing I'm saying is, when you giving it to me, when I leave, I don't have to take it with me.
Yeah, but it's
I don't
like
have to
watching
make it
some
part of
stupid
me.
Shit. Once he tells you, it's there, man. Whether you want it or not. It's
Nah, I know it's there. I know it's there, but I guarantee you, I'm gonna put it somewhere to
You
where
don't
it's
have to
not
tell
gonna
me-
be there. It's
You
gonna
don't
be
have to
there.
You and your girlfriend do freaky, because now once you see the girlfriend, you're gonna look at the girlfriend different now and know that she's a freak.
Hey, once it's
When she tried to be all conservative, I don't need to know. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, once it's there though, bro, I deal with it. It's like you start to live it just in the moment to moment type thing. I don't have to always carry the last moment to the next moment because I want the experience
Burdens
to
are
stay
heavy,
new.
man. I don't want what's burden. Experiences, sure, I'll listen to your stories and shit. But if it's something that's affecting you, that it's a burden
But
that's holding you back, don't think by telling me it's going to be release the stress off you for a little while.
It might, but I'm
But go
saying
to the
that you
cops.
don't have
Go
to
confess
take
to
it.
the cops.
Big Chill, you don't have to carry it with you, man.
I know, but still, like it's
You don't
part
gotta
of
carry
you.
it with
It's
you.
like those Saw movies, man. Those Saw movies, the series, The Mirror.
Oh,
The
no,
Dark
that's
Mirror.
not
People tell me you don't need to see it, and I don't need to see that shit. That shit, certain weird fucking your imagination's
Well,
already whack as it is.
I'm
You
about
don't
to
need
put
twisted
something.
shit.
I'm about to put something on you right now. You didn't know Donald Trump about to become president of Canada.
Man, I told you, man. Like I said on another platform, man, it was going downhill for a bit. But yo, man, Trump ain't making it to the White House, man. I'm sorry, America. You better let it rock. Dwayne
He's
Johnson,
coming
man, he's
Canadian
Canadian
now.
and he's
Should
American,
try
man. He's gonna be the next
5
president. The
MEL.
Rock.
Oh yeah, not Wild Man
You know
did
what?
the 5 MEL. It's a couple
Taylor
people did.
Swift. She'll be a good president, Taylor Swift, but Trump ain't making it.
I don't much care for Taylor Swift.
Hey, but Venom,
What's up?
you see what I'm talking about with the illusion? See how fast you can switch the illusion? You see how fast? See how I switched that up and threw it on Trump?
Yeah.
And then we'll go right into Trump, talking to Trump like we wasn't even talking about.
Like Trump president.
And then I could have switched it again and threw it in something else, and we would have went into that.
Well, you're the maestro, man. It's
No, that's
No, I'm
That's-
saying that's how our like
You
I
just
feel like that's
win
how
the
my
league,
mind.
man.
That's how our minds do. Like that's how reality do because there's so much just going on at one time. There's not one thing that's not number one. Everything is
Right.
number one. It's just when you look
that's
at it.
that's one thing I have a question about though, because you were saying like not carrying other people's burdens, and I feel like I could relate to that recently because, I'm older now, but like I'm leaving the country, so I still like tell my parents like, hey, I'm leaving, blah blah blah. And when I tell them like I'm going to Hong Kong, they were like super upset at me, like didn't want me to go. They were like kind of what you were saying, where people will like put stuff on you, where it's like,
Yeah.
oh, it's like dangerous, and like put in these like fears in my mind where I was already like I'm already anxious about it, but then it just makes it like worse. And I was also dealing with that and like how to not let that affect me while I'm like going over there and like in the process of going over there where it's like I know everything's gonna be fine. Can y'all please just like chill the fuck out?
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be hard. It'd be hard because them the ones that you love, like especially when it comes
Yeah.
it's coming from the ones that you love, it's like, God damn. Like yeah, I already had the trip planned. I see myself going, having fun and everything, and then you just had to come and just destroy it.
It's like that movie. It's like that movie called Into the Wild. This guy, like he came from a really, prominent family, and and he literally like burned his money. Like he just wanted to live his life and to figure out his own shit. I mean, yeah, he
Yeah.
did die at the end, but still, it was a good show. It was a true
Yeah, I
story.
know.
But
I'm gonna be looking up all the Hong Kong videos. Visiting Hong Kong. We in Hong
yeah,
Kong. Why we go to Hong Kong, y'all? I'm gonna be looking up all the Hong Kong. I went to Hong Kong video.
he wanted to live without society's everything about everybody's word about anything about what people are gonna say about anything. Like you do, live you, live yourself, like a hippie or a gypsy or I'm trying to be all like whatever, but something like that. Like just do you. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
have your parents ever been to Hong Kong?
Hell no. They would
I
not
know
fly
my
that long.
dad.
Like it's weird because I remember when I used to first started going over to Mexico, like that's what people used to tell me, man, you better put your money in your side. Man, you better do this. Dude, you can't go over there, you gotta be careful because this is this. And then, when I went, it was totally different. And
That's
then
what I feel like it's exactly is gonna happen. Like everything's gonna be perfectly fine, and I'm gonna get there and I'm gonna be like, man, I'm so glad I fucking came and like wasn't that worried about it. Like fuck.
yeah, it was
All they
it'll be totally
I put
different.
them on their money is like, hey, like Ronnie, go to the border
No
areas.
stress.
That's what they want to
No
get you.
stress.
Like, oh, they want to like, okay, it's $5, but literally they're pricing you up, so price it down. So you want something, price it down. I'll give you $3 for that $5, whatever you just asked me for. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's still a lot of money to them. You could have gave
Yeah,
them a
and
dollar.
it's wild because you like at that time of year, I bet you it's a lot of tourists come in at that time.
Oh yeah.
So it's gonna be
That's what.
lit. It's gonna be
Yeah.
lit.
That's what I'm saying too. Like there's gonna be a fuck ton of people there, so I'll be fine.
Yeah. But still, have your air clean underwear.
I wonder if you would have told them you was just going to California, what they would have said.
They wouldn't.
Air
Like,
clean
they
underwear.
wouldn't even cared.
That's what I'm saying. They got guns over here and shit. They got gangs and all type of shit.
What part of California?
Like Hong Kong, they ain't even got guns.
Yeah, I think they're just.
Illegal.
I think they're
Yeah,
just
dude.
worried because it's part of China for one, and I think they're also just because I'm their son. I'm their
Yeah.
youngest son, and
Oh,
it's a
yeah.
long ass flight. It is a long flight.
Yeah, and
Hey,
plus,
tell-
you just know the do's and the don'ts when you go over there.
Yeah.
Tell me
So
what
it's
that
like-
flight that where you can lean back in it and you have like your own television, own room. Tell them that's what they can do.
Yeah, you gonna be good. That's
Yeah.
dope.
No, I'm
But
gonna
that's-
I'm gonna definitely take some videos and pictures and drop some stuff in the chat. It'll be dope.
That'll be fucking
Yeah, but that's what I'm talking about. Like that right there. It's like how they like you'll pick up all that, and then that's what I used to see on my trips. Like when I would talk to certain people, like my elders, and they'll tell me like, "Oh, those is demons
Your
you
elders?
seeing." Yeah, my elders. Those is demons
Yeah,
you seeing on them
elders,
things, and
like,
then
the whole-
I start diving in, and then I really start seeing demons. And
Oh,
it's
you
like
just pick
everything
two
they
of them.
told me, all the bad stuff just played out, and I seen it because I just held on to it. And then after a while, it was like, man, hold on, man, I don't gotta take that with me.
I mean,
And-
because
and-
we're talking about elders and
And like on another note, I can take it with me because then it also shows me, the fear they have of entering those grounds.
Mm.
you put it in your Rolodex.
And when you stopped like taking those things with you, did it like change how your trips started like coming like
Oh
in
yeah, I can accept anything. It didn't matter where I was. I can be in hell, and I was accepting it, and I was there watching people getting tortured, and it was like,
fucking
okay, this is
crazy?
another part of life, I guess.
You felt at home or what? Did you feel at home in hell?
Yeah, I felt at home in in every part. It didn't matter where I was. If I was somewhere bad or I was somewhere good, I felt at home. I was like,
Even
if
in
I
your
was a
dreams.
part of it.
It's wild.
Whenever you were like in hell, like seeing people get tortured, were you just like observing it or like
That's what I'll be doing.
Yeah, you kind of you like. Sometimes you'll be looking at it, and then you'll like kind of become it,
mm,
or you become the thing that you're looking at.
that's crazy.
It it is, but it's not because it's something that we always do, but we don't see ourselves probably doing it. Cause like, have you ever watched a scary movie?
Backstepping.
Like, have you ever watched a scary movie, right? And say somebody was getting chased, and they
Right.
went and they jumped in the water, and you go, "Why you jump in the water? You should have ran over there on the, you already doing that."
So
You
you're
are-
like putting yourself in their place.
Yeah, basically, because you can see all the other things that they could have did, even though you can watch. It could have been the same movie that you watched 100 times, and you always can think of another scenario that they could have did to got out of that situation. You put yourself in their shoes and go, "Oh, I would have ran over here and did this. I would have jumped in the car and then I would have grabbed that shotgun, or I would have." You always do this.
I would have failed and died.
Like even when we talk to each other here and we say different things, and it's like, I would have, we put ourselves in each other's shoes.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm a survivor.
Man, that's another timeline. You ain't on that timeline. In our timeline, there's no shouldas, wouldas, and couldas. Where you're at.
No shoulda, woulda, couldas.
That's it. Oh, I should
Not
have
on
done
this
this. Oh, I
timeline.
would have done this. I could have done this.
But those different scenarios, it's like you said though, it still all exists and keep going within you, because you'll think of different
Could be.
things that you could have changed, and you'll create different realities within yourself of things going a whole different way than what is going right now.
So think outside the box.
Could be your brown is my orange, or your green.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
How can you show me
That's
that you see what I see?
that's like another aspect.
No.
That's like another aspect I think of is like when it comes to like creating reality as like you want it. And I guess people like everybody already does that to a certain extent, but I feel like when I think about it, like a lot of the times, like speaking from my own personal experience, it just feels like sometimes like you could go through like a whole day like fucking just sleepwalking, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And it's almost like I don't know, like I guess being fucking like hypnotized in a way, like you're just going through the motions, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But then like what is the difference I guess between like that and like intentionally fucking creating something? And does that intentional part just become second nature after a while anyway? Like I feel like a lot of stuff we do no matter what is always going to come down to like something that's just habitual and
Becomes a habit.
subconscious.
If
Yeah.
it's repetitive, it'll become habitual, right? It'll become definitely. If you do it more often, then it'll be like memory. You don't even have to think of doing it. You just already do it.
Right.
Whether it's a self-defense or a self-destruction, like you're saying before, you feel like you self-sabotage yourself. It can go both ways.
Right.
Yep.
And that's what I think about a lot of times is like where because I don't know if y'all like I think everybody's probably heard the term like the flow state.
Yeah.
And when I think about that, a lot of times I think about like your subconscious just taking over, but like you're still like aware, I guess. I don't know if that makes sense.
Almost like in a sleep state, but you're not in a sleep state, but you
Yeah,
know what's going on.
yeah,
But
like
you
you're aware of it, and it feels like something else is like taking over.
Like something else
Yeah.
is driving the car.
Right.
It's not
Like the
you.
best way I can explain it is like whenever like sometimes I'll freestyle, right? Like me and my friends. And whenever you freestyle and you just like get in a zone where like you're not even thinking about the shit you're saying, but you're just like going off and like the freestyle's fire, right? And everybody's like, "Oh shit." And then like you get done and like it feels like you were like possessed or some shit. Like
8
you,
miles.
yeah, like you weren't like even thinking about it and like everything is just like in that moment so perfect. Like when you hear the beat and everything, like everything is just flowing together and you just feel like damn, like everything is just I guess
And it's,
one.
it'd be yo what you call smooth.
Yeah, like
Because
I think that's how I describe
because
it. Everything is just one.
Like,
yeah, because everything is just flowing, but we want I think that's what we want. We want everything just to flow smooth.
Mm.
We
then
you
you
know
wanna
we look
react.
at the bumps and stuff as being something bad, but those mess ups, remember, like when you be flowing and like you'll mess up, but
Oh yeah.
then you'll mess up in a way to where it'll make you switch your flow up on the beat, and then you'll start
Yep.
flowing a whole different way, and it's like that mess up created a whole nother thing, a whole
That's
nother, you feel
true.
me, but it was the same flow still.
Right.
it was meant to be.
Yeah, there are no wrong notes in jazz.
Yeah. Hey, I ain't heard that one.
Damn, that's a good point.
That was it.
Yeah,
And like
yeah.
also and also like whenever you get in those flow states, like they come and go, but it's also like they don't happen all the time either. I've noticed like it doesn't happen all the time, and like sometimes you got to get some trash fucking freestyles out the way first, and then like you start getting in the rhythm and you're like, oh shit, okay, here we go, now we're like in the zone.
Yeah, I think I was watching dang, when I seen that movie Luck with my grandson, that Disney cartoon Luck, and that cat, that black cat, the girl was chasing the black cat, and the black cat would be like 2 stories up, and it'd just be walking and walk off the side of the building, and then all of a sudden it'll land on a little floater thing that was floating by to where it'll fall off of that and land on something else, but it wasn't falling, it was just walking. It was just walking, and everything was, it was falling on or stepping on. It was turning it into different directions that it would go. It didn't even think twice about what it was doing. It was just walking, and it knew where it wanted to go, and it just let the whatever take it there. Homegirl was trying to keep up with the cat, so she was chasing it, but she was falling in trash chutes, like almost getting hit by cars, falling in stuff, flipping over shit. But every time when she came out the little trash can thing, had trash all on her, when she looked to the left, the cat was right there.
It's like that movie.
So it's like
Labyrinth.
she even though it looked like it was ugly the way she got there, she still got there. Everywhere that cat was, she was still right there, to where she was able to still follow the cat and go through the portal.
Never
but to-
ending gobstopper.
Yeah, but to her, it was, you know, she had bad luck. She didn't have good luck at all. All she had was bad luck.
I don't know what movie you're talking about, but I still.
Yeah, it's called Luck. It's called Luck. It's actually it's a good movie.
Yeah, man, there's so many like different like thoughts I have about a lot of stuff we're talking about, but it brings me back to like when we're talking about the illusion and like when you're talking about luck and everything, because we were talking about earlier, I think, like kind of how you can control and create your reality and all this type of stuff, right?
Yeah.
But when it comes to like the illusion, is the fact that like you're really controlling or like creating your reality just another illusion?
You seen Mr.
Yeah,
Nobody?
Illusion doesn't mean it's not real.
Yeah.
Watch that movie,
That's the
Mr.
one thing
Nobody.
that get mixed
I
up
kinda
right
explained
there.
it, you know.
Exile, is that when you say illusion, they think you saying fake. And it's
Right.
like,
No.
nah, that's not
That's
what
why-
I'm saying.
That's why hologram might be a better, like, updated word to describe the cause and effects of how something is created, right? Because a hologram is real, but it's not real. Like the hologram of Tupac, or they do this different. There's a curved bowl that has kind of like, it's kind of two bowls, but it has a hole in the top, and they put something in the bottom of the one bowl, and it looks like it's sitting on top of the second bowl. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that, but you can kind of bend the way that light moves. You can kind of create this illusion or
Yeah.
hologram of something that doesn't actually exist. But that
Yeah.
doesn't mean it's not real.
Mhm.
Yes.
So
yeah.
that's kind of a misnomer. So yes and no, right? What you are creating is real to you.
Yeah, I think I understand that. I just mean is like I guess the question I'm trying to ask is like, do we really have control like we think we do?
I think 100%.
Okay, look, does your lip, you know, like right below your nose, is your cusp of your lip like touched, like big time? Can you see that little crevice?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't know. Have you seen?
Yeah, I don't know where that was going.
Have you seen Mr. Nobody? That movie.
No,
No, I'm telling you, it
haven't.
totally explains a lot of shit. But then I started thinking about it because a lot of people they see it, but is it really real?
Yeah.
But even if you feel it, is it really felt the way you feel it?
Yeah,
'Cause that's what
because
you kinda feel.
the thing is, it's like Exile said, like it's real because when you feel it, you gonna interpret it what you think of it.
Hmm.
You gonna put your spin on it and say, okay, red is my favorite color. To you.
Right.
But somebody else gonna be think differently, but I'm just saying, yeah. Oh, Jessica, goddamn, Jessica, I'm going, what the fuck? Where was you going with that? Like, I'm stuck on that now. I'm like going, where was you going with that? Because I was,
Everything. It's like
because you had us. You had everybody was paying
Yeah, it
attention.
got quiet as hell.
I know. But no, it's like, okay, that touch of your lip when that person, when you go into a death, and that angel, and he comes by and he touches each person when they're a child, and he touches the top, right below your nose, right between you, on top of your lip, and that little cusp right there. And they forget to touch you. But if it's hardly able to be seen, if seen, that means they forgot to touch you, so you can remember all the past and present and future lives of deaths that you've ever
okay.
seen.
So if you got that little dip right there.
That means they don't know shit. But yeah.
What's up, Mark Dreams?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
hear you.
Hey, dope.
What up, Mark?
How you guys doing?
You're doing all out.
Good, bro. We're
Good.
talking about what is not the illusion. What do you think about that? What is not the illusion?
Well, I mean, technically it's all illusion, but then all not, right? Like, because it's happening, that's not an illusion.
Yeah, so saying it is an illusion doesn't mean it's not real.
Yeah.
Oh, you can cut your hair?
Yeah.
Looks nice.
Appreciate it.
Miss a spot. No, I'm playing. No.
I cut it myself. Like, when it
Yeah.
starts, I just cut it myself.
That's the fundamental thing about having a bald head is you ain't gotta go to the barber shop ever for it. I don't ever gotta go to the barber shop.
Damn,
It's like
that must be nice.
I got my own clippers. They cut close enough and they just right for me.
Yup. And I'm
As
learning
long as
how
you
to
clean them
like.
out, oil it
Yeah,
up.
how to line yourself up and use them guards to. Yeah. It's a. You know how many times I messed up my brother's head in order to learn how to cut.
Oh, so you never let me try to cut their head?
So like yeah, I think more too like yeah, because we was talking about the illusion. So would consciousness be an illusion? But it's
Oh,
real.
that's interesting. That's interesting. It almost seems like consciousness is inside of the illusion, but like, who knows? If it's all illusion, then consciousness could be part of that illusion,
Yeah.
or just the creator of that illusion. But like you said, or somebody said that just because it's illusion doesn't mean it's fake. Like,
Yeah.
because it's still happening. Like whether it's an illusion or it's not, regardless, we're still in it and it's happening to us. It's like it's real to us.
Your illusion is real. What's up, Regal?
What
Yeah.
up?
What's up, Regal?
What up?
Yeah.
What do you
Master
think?
Creator said,
of-
"What's up, Mark?"
What
Hey,
do you
what's
think of the Regal? What do you think of the title of the video? What is not the illusion, in your aspect, in your appropriation? What do you think is not the illusion?
It's gonna sound what's that word? Like a cliche. But the only part of the illusion that's not an illusion is the illusion.
Oh, we didn't even ask Theo. I thought Theo was on mute.
What up,
Oh,
man?
oh, Theo knows what it is.
Oh yeah, he always does.
You said the only part of the illusion?
No,
What is not the illusion? Sorry.
Okay.
What is not
That's
the illusion?
illusion.
Okay, here we go.
Let me percolate for just a moment.
Don't percolate. Stimulate. Okay, look.
You know what I mean?
I think it's the physical or the experiential nature. It's like
Experience.
everything is there. Everything is there, but how we whip and dip and weave, whatever it is, entangle, how we sew into it is different.
Well, it's like, can I interject?
Please.
But I was thinking, so the illusion, right? Like, if you really wanted to think of life and everything we know about it as an illusion, right? You could basically say that this is like a drawing cartoon, but the part that we as illusioneers or whatever you call us in this illusion, the thing that we forget or we don't pay attention to is that we can draw the story. But the thing is, it's really easy to fall off of that because I believe there's a lot of hidden, unseen forces that be like, oh no, I don't want you to draw that. I'd rather you draw you being, a Democrat or whatever, right? But you're like, no, but I want to be Republican. I mean, now that's just a silly comparison. But you know what I'm saying? Like maybe like your illusion is like, with my illusion, I want to get married and have 10 kids and whatever. But there's invisible forces that be like, no, you're not meant for that. We want you to do this. So it's like, but the thing is, the only part that's real is that this is a for real illusion that's going to be over honestly, at best, 100 years. But you won't even have 100 years to do it. And as we get older, time goes by faster.
I think it seemed like that because we ain't paying attention to it no more.
Precisely. Because we're not watching and living in every moment like we did the first time we went through.
Right.
You know, the first time we took a road trip, we saw the train tracks, we saw the 7-Eleven, we saw the crackheads in the alley fighting for a shopping cart. We saw everything. Okay, maybe that was just me, but I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, because you
like
paying
the
attention to everything. You
and you're like, wow, I wonder what that life is like. Oh wow, I wonder what that person's like. Oh, I wonder what that person's life is like. Or I wonder how that tastes if I go buy that food that everyone's lined up at.
That's what
But
it
then
shows.
as you get older, you just like little by little, because of the Matrix, you just start to like not give a fuck. Excuse my
I think
French.
when people get into delusions, it's like they get into a certain set of illusions, and then they try to claim that it's like the process of elimination. One thing is true, the other thing isn't, or vice versa. But it's
Oh,
like the only
yeah.
way to see not the illusion is to see every single illusion. I think at any given moment we could all see, and we could see future potentials, but to see something that's already happened and see it from every different perspective. In some
So like
sense,
no,
then every-
all gas, no brakes, no, not putting a limit on it.
seeing every illusion would be seeing no illusion in a way.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Name some people that you believe lived so hard in the illusion that they didn't see anything else but the illusion they were in. I will tell you, I think
Ooh.
that's people like Bob Marley, people like James Dean, people like anyone. You know how they say only the good die young? I think anyone who just lives life by the balls kind of thing, those are the people that die quick and young, like rock stars, you know, pro athletes and crazy ass gangsters. Like those people, they just live all the way to the like. They're like, no, this is the illusion, and this is what we're doing. Like, and they just follow through their life. But then there's a lot of other people that we like sit back, we contemplate. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I kind
I
of hear
think
you,
the
but I'm
idea
going.
of illusion.
You don't gotta be no young rock star living life all far. You
No.
can be a kid going to college and accidentally get shot somewhere. I mean, so it's like, yeah, you
The
like he
idea of
was in
illusion is
college
kind of
and
like
See that's like one thing I think I meant earlier when I say like, do we really control our reality when there are things like that happen, or is that like still us controlling it from like I guess a higher perspective?
that's what Dave Chappelle said. He said, you while you in your dream, sometimes you become part of other people's dreams.
Hmm.
It just happens.
And maybe
Yeah,
it's more of
that's like we're
control.
creating.
Yeah,
That's-
maybe it's
control
more
kind
of
of nuance.
controlling your experience or your perspective on the experience, not, and maybe controlling the outward reality is a after fact of that, but the way that you're controlling how you see it is your ultimate control, right? Like True was saying earlier, somebody can call you this name, that name, fluff your boat, or tell you all these things, but you don't have to take it.
Yeah,
Right.
no,
Well,
exactly.
in that extreme example, though, it's like, I mean, I don't know if there is a choice in that or not. Like, if someone runs up on you and they just like fucking kill you,
You just
I
gonna
mean,
you just gonna be dead. You ain't gonna know.
that's what I'm saying. Like, there's no like choosing in that situation. It's like, well, shit.
You'd be like, no.
Like, you can try to,
so perfectly. He's like, you just gonna be dead. Like,
yeah, like you
Yeah.
like you could have like it's people been sitting in their car and just accidentally got shot. People been in the store accidentally got shot by somebody shooting outside somewhere far. And then you walk in the room and he in there. The one dude, he was on the game, playing the game. They was shooting outside. Then she came in the room and he was slumped over.
That's just
Like it happens. You'll get caught in somebody else's dream.
But
but
I think what he's asking is like, what happens whenever if your eyes are open or eyes are closed, or for some weird different conspiracies that go down when it happens, kind of shit.
Yeah.
no, I
There is a weird level of protection from some.
Yeah,
higher
I was just
forces.
saying, like, back on
Oh,
the thing of
no.
like, I was just saying, like, because before Regal came in, we were the last question I asked was like, do you actually control your reality? And I feel like you do to some extent, but I don't think like every single thing is
Yeah,
going to be in your
yeah.
control. But I don't know. I don't know. It's something I wrestle with.
No, I agree with you that I don't think we don't have control over everything, but we do have control over some things. And
Yeah.
like, it's more about, because like if you're in a situation, let's not say you died, but like if I got shot, I have a choice on how to look at that situation from that point on.
Exactly.
And like
Yes.
I can look at it in a way that fucks me up even worse, even though I could be healed from getting shot, but I can get worse mentally.
Hmm.
Or it's like there's just like a mental way that you can look at it. And it's like that's what you have control over. If you don't have control over a situation, you do have technically control over your mind.
Over
Kinda.
how you look,
It's
how
not
you
easy.
view the situation. You
Right.
have
Yes.
full control over how you view every situation.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with that.
It's just
Mark.
not easy. Obviously, that's like
Just
easier
think
said than
about
done type shit.
like if you
But
could control everything in the world, then you'd have to control everything outside of the world that creates the world, and that chain would go on forever. But I think we should all ask,
Man, I'd be so
maybe,
fucking pissed if that happened to me.
can we agree on what we mean by control, especially like talking about controlling a realm or a life? What does that
I
even mean?
I think Venom Bane. I think I know exactly what you're trying to figure out. You're trying to figure out that if you catch a stray bullet that was shot at like a freaking pigeon hunt like a mile away, that just the bullet came down and hit you, whatever, right? You're trying to figure out, wait, so did I make that happen or did God literally want that to happen? Because why would that happen? It doesn't make sense.
or
And
or it could just be a freak accident.
Yeah.
right, and that's exactly why I'm saying I agree with what Mark was saying. Mark Dreams was saying about that. This is what I'm saying. The only thing about the illusion, you cannot control the illusion of life, this life. You cannot control this illusion. You cannot control it all. The only thing you can control is how you receive this illusion. So if you get mugged or raped in the fucking, oh, so I'm sorry, my bad. We're on YouTube, right? My bad.
Yeah, we're live.
Oh, my bad. All right, so like check it out. So bro, like this. So let's say you get in a car accident and you're like, oh my gosh, like I was gonna be a college athlete and I was gonna get a scholarship and everything, and now I'm in this car accident and now my legs don't work good. And you're
Mhm.
wondering, like, what was the point of that? Was that so that first of all, you're in the matrix, right? You're in the illusion. Second of all, you didn't have to be a college athlete. You didn't have to be anything. So
Exactly.
that's why now you have to decide, how do I receive what the illusion is giving me? The illusion just served me up something that I don't like. How do I change that? Well, the way you change it, I think, is the way is
You're gonna
how
go
you're
for
going
it.
to live your life. You know, like how you're going to live and how you're going to go through what you just went through.
As if you're a fighter and you're gonna go through it
You
and
remember
do
on
it and
that?
just
What was the one
get it.
football movie, Regal, where he got hurt and they told him he couldn't play no more. He went to the car. He's like, he told me I can't play football no more. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do?
How
Which
about
one
that
now?
baseball player that played in the
I
1970s
forgot.
and shit?
I
He only had
forgot,
one
but he
hand.
was crying.
He played baseball for 17 years with the pro league. Only literally had one hand. Literally born with one hand.
Yeah.
So
Just
so
saying.
so so the people who are like the people who change the world are the people who probably go against the what the illusion or the matrix would have them become. And because they choose differently to change the world changes because now you're affecting other parts of the illusion. So it's like, you get what I'm saying? Like, so we're all in this big, huge pool of water,
Trying
and
to change the world or just change some or
we're all
not.
just floating.
You don't have to
And
be just changing the world, changing anything. In their mind, they're
Right.
just changing what people thought of them.
I know.
Yeah.
What was he gonna
It
finish
can be
saying?
anything.
He was.
It's minor of that.
He had a
to
lot
make
more
it
to
go
say.
through.
You gotta let him finish. I want to hear where he was
Like,
getting
and
at
I'm
with
just
that one.
saying.
No, but you know what I was breaking it down to, guys? I was just breaking it down to like kind of like this is kind of like what your DMT trips or like some of your meditation trips or some of your psychedelic trips are like. We're all in like a big pool of water, and we're all just like little floating, bobbing pieces in this water, right? We can't control the water, and we can barely move. All we're really doing is floating. That's what we do in life. We're just kind of floating until we pass on to the next thing that our consciousness and our energy wants to go to, whatever. But until then, in this world, we're just in this illusion, and we can only control how we see it. We can't control what happens in it. But if we see, for example, like if I see myself as a rich man, I'm not rich right now, but if I see myself like that and I do things according to this reality to make my reality or make my illusion look like that, guess what? I can do that. And guess what? That might inspire other people to be like, well, if he did it and he's like this, I can do it too. And guess what? You start to change the world. The world starts to look different. But the world is just us acting the way we think we see it. That's all it is. The world is just us acting the way we think we see the world. The reason why I wear baggy pants is because I think I look cool in baggy pants, right? Or like the reason why girls wear spandex pants is because something in the world made them think that in the illusion they look better that way. So they
Hey,
do it.
it's crazy. It's crazy how we speak for the world.
Then there's some
Yeah.
things you don't need mentors for. You need mentors, and then you don't need mentors for.
Put
Well,
you.
look at when credit cards first came out. There was people that were like, I ain't taking that shit. That shit don't mean shit. You know, like, and then a lot more people use it. So it comes with this like acceptance of value or acceptance of what's important. If a lot of people are saying, yo, this is the truth, well, then it's more, you know,
Yeah,
what is that? More sustainable that people will tend to, you know, these are just tendencies or kind of possibilities.
I was trying to explain my credit card debt to my dog. I think he understood me. I think he did. I'm not sure. He barked 2 times. I don't know what that means, but I'm just saying, me and him living in 2 different worlds.
When the internet came out, like people were like, I'm not fucking getting on that shit. You know, there's a bunch of scams and but now, you know, we're talking over the internet.
Yeah.
And you can't, right now, you really can't do business unless you're connected to the internet or the worldwide. So
think
of the
Exile
where we do speak for the world.
Exile, think of the first person that came out with a car and the people that was riding horses. They was probably, look at this shit. If you don't, where your horses at? Why you on that mechanical machine?
Exactly. They're like, yeah, they're looking at the car like
A trucker, a man
you can't even eat that thing when it gets old.
So speaking for the world, you know, we look at Rigo kind of talked about it. Look at the prophet.
Thank you.
The people who came around, you know, the James Deans, the Bob Marleys, who know, you know, they don't have to believe, because you can only believe in something you don't know. They knew what they were. They knew who they were and what they had to do. And from living that, living that vibration, and just like a pin bobbing up and down in the ocean, now your ripple is bigger, and now you're catching people with your ripple, right? How many people know about Bob Marley because of the life that he lived?
I'm just saying, though, we all did agree on it, though. We all agreed.
Right.
That Bob Marley was who Bob Marley was. We all agreed on it.
Right.
We all agreed that Michael Jackson was somebody.
Michael Jackson is a motherfucker. Right.
We all agreed on it.
Go ahead.
That's what's weird.
We are the world.
Right, and so by agreeing, you're giving your energy towards that ripple to say, yes, this is the ripple that is true for me. And so
Yeah.
now I'm going to
Yeah.
vibrate this other ripple now, and so you're kind of vibrating a different ripple, but it's kind of the same ripple in the terms of how high and how low it goes. So now other people are able to catch that ripple that came off this one person who was doing the origination of the ripple.
Yeah,
In
and that
our-
should just keep
Right.
going. It'll keep going infinitely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because yeah, like dude, life is really cool. It's just I think it's almost like one of those things where it's like, don't stare too hard because you might miss it. You might miss out on it.
I think
You
jazz
know?
is not for everybody.
Everybody can cook, Ratatouille. Everybody can cook.
Anybody can cook. Ain't no damn rat getting up there fucking screwing no marshmallows on shit.
But
Oh,
just some
shit.
people put their strong arm in it.
It tastes good to me.
You don't put pineapple on pizza.
hey, Regal.
Why?
Regal.
No.
Hey, you come to me, be talking about some man, this burger good than the motherfucker. Who made it? Like the rat made it. The rat
Oh,
in the kitchen.
bro, I would literally spit out what was in my mouth.
No, that's a rat fried burger. I didn't say the rat fried it. I said the rat.
The rat cooked it.
Eggs
The
and
rat cooked
sausage
it. Like,
is
oh,
good.
he even put his favorite cheese in it.
Man.
Eggs and sausage.
Ratatouille.
Ratatouille. That was a good ass movie, though. I love that movie. I ain't gonna
That
lie.
is
I
a
watched
good
it
movie.
1,000 times.
Yeah. Yeah, I love those kind of movies. I love movies that make you feel good.
Feel good movie.
I know I'm weird because that's all I be watching is like fucking Disney movies and shit, cartoon
it's weird.
movies.
It's crazy because as I get older, like I find myself being more inclined to watch those just like silly, lighthearted movies because all the other stuff is too indoctrinating. It's like it's too heavy. It's too full of messages. Where I'm like, bro, I just want to sit back and relax and laugh.
Yeah.
Let me
But
just.
that's why, like, for me, all I watch is anime, basically.
Oh yeah.
Like, so, like, that's all I kind of watched, like, lately for, like, the past year.
I think if it wasn't for my girl, she was like with her. All she watches murder mysteries. It's a southern. That shit said. It says Southern Fried Homicide. I'm like, what the fuck?
Southern Fried.
I'm tired of it. So move to Mr. Romance and murder novels.
That's hella funny.
Hey, nah.
He owned
Look,
his own chicken shop,
and
he fell in love.
Yeah, and he fell in love. Like she will fall asleep watching that. Look, and I wonder, and I'm up here trying to figure out why the fuck I'm getting chased in my dreams. I got Southern Fried Homicide playing when I go to sleep.
I've seen that before, bro. Where you get a dream of something you were watching earlier that day, and you're like, why am I dreaming that this crazy doesn't make sense? And then I'm like, oh, that movie I watched.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I feel,
Yeah,
man.
Ripple Force. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, go ahead, Exile.
No, I was gonna say Ripple Force. So it's like we're constantly eating, we're constantly uptaking this energy through our ears, through our eyes, through our sensory feelings, like, and feeling good feels good. And what we defined earlier, some people's feeling good doesn't feel good to others. So there's a type, or there's I see it as kind of, if you're going to put them into categories, two spirals of energy. One spiral of energy is working for itself only. One spiral of energy is working for the benefit of others. Now, you can't really help others until you help yourself, and that's how all things are one. That's kind of sympathy for the devil. But if you can see that you got here from an acclamation or a sequence of everything that happened before you, then hitting somebody else in the face, you can actually understand how you're hitting yourself in the face. When you talk shit to somebody, you can actually understand that, oh, I'm talking shit to myself. Those are actually things that I feel about myself. So it's like what I hate in myself is probably what I hate in others. So you clear out that hate, clear out that fear, or go sit, clearing out means going and sitting with it, going and being with it. Then you start to see things differently, as if, oh, this person is actually me. If everything is one, nothing exists outside of that one. So even in all this complexity, which will return to one at some point, like a lake evaporates into a cloud that turns into many droplets and becomes a river that goes to how the cycle kind of works. Like you can kind of see, and not saying that one is good and one is bad. There's probably pros and cons to both sides of what I just described, but it's just how you see it. Right? Because we can take all these different systems and maps and things and try to overlay them to our own experience, but until we actually go and do the things, then we start to figure out what those mean to us.
It's all an illusion, man. It's all it's all it is, brother. It's all an illusion. It could be a good or a bad illusion, but don't disrespect God if you don't want him to think it's an illusion too. If you want to take this as the whole enchilada, the full holy Toledo, then you go ahead.
Regal, all you gotta
Yo.
go do, if you want to go talk to somebody, go talk to an 80, 90-year-old man, and they'll tell you they still ain't got the shit figured out.
I love it. Exactly.
It's gonna be the ones that's gonna act like it. Like, oh yeah, but then the real one's gonna be like, man, I still don't understand this shit.
Right. I mean, you see that a lot. You honestly, you see that a lot.
I thought because I was a war veteran, I thought everything was gonna be good.
Oh, you know what that really hit me. So here's one too. I don't know if any of you guys have been feeling this or had this experience recently, but recently I've been realizing that however you think it, like for example, like war, right? Like I look at war when I was young, I used to like look up to war movies like Saving Private Ryan or just like dope war, right? And I was like, wow, like man, to be in war, to be a hero, that'd be cool. And then you find out when you do it, it's not how you thought it was when you saw it or when you thought about it. It's different. Just like when you become the president of a company or the owner or the boss, right? Like say you want to be a boss. You're like, I want to be a boss. I want to, be a manager. They get paid more money and they have an easier job than us, the people working underneath them. Until you become a manager. And then when you become a manager, you're like, it's not even how I thought it was going to be. Like I thought, like it's just different. So it's like no matter whatever thing it is you're jealous of or you're envious of, like you envy it, like you want to be it, you want to have that. When you really do what is required for you to do to get that position or to be that boss, to be that person, when you're in that spot, you're gonna learn that it's not exactly the way you thought it was, and then you're gonna realize it just depends. Everyone's experience is different. Some people work really hard to get a promotion, and then they get the promotion and they're happy. Some people like me, I've experienced this, where I worked really hard to get something, and when I got it, I was like, man, why did I want this so bad? It's not even like that great.
No, I know the feeling.
It's that same type feeling where it's like once you accomplish your dream, it's probably not going to feel as good as you think it will.
Right.
Because it's
That's that.
life, I guess, really, because you acclimate to life. So if that becomes normal, then it's just going to be life to you eventually. And then it's like,
because think about it, right? So like I want to be rich, right? That's an illusion right now because I'm not rich yet, right? So right now that's an illusion. Me, Regal, Survivor, being being rich is an illusion right now, because right now I'm not technically rich in dollars, right? But if I do what I gotta do to get there, when I get to that illusion and I accomplish and I turn the illusion into a reality illusion, whatever, I'm gonna be like, that's crazy, because I had more fun chasing this dream than I am having in, like, I'm happy to be in the dream. I love that I made it. I love that I got what I wanted to get and I accomplished what I wanted to accomplish. But it's not the same when I was broke and I was dreaming of being rich. I was
Yeah.
dreaming of paying for a first class ticket to fly across the world. I was dreaming of this stuff, you know?
Yeah, that's like the true example of like the chase is the real prize. Like when you're supposed to enjoy the journey. The journey is the best
You
part.
don't, because you're too busy
Realize-
realizing for other people.
Like you don't
Hold on,
really
that's
realize it when you're on the journey that it's like that's the best part, because it's like we're trying to get to the place we're trying to go, but then when we get there, it's like, well, we're there.
Yeah.
The journey lasts years though, like a long time. Where the making it part lasts like 1 second, like you made it, and that's boom.
Yeah, once you get it, you was like, oh shit, okay. Then you just think of
Like,
something else and you start chasing that.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, like if you
And-
can just find a way to enjoy the journey of whatever you're chasing instead of enjoying the thing you want at the end,
Yes.
you know,
And that
it'll just be better.
I thought you was gonna I was waiting for you to correlate it with psychedelics. The same way how people chase that enlightenment. You feel me? And a lot of people think, oh, it's because I'm gonna have all these things. Once I get it, I'm gonna be rich. I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna have that, and it's like, yeah.
Even enlightenment or like anything mental, right? It's psychedelic wise. It's never even like if you're trying to do psychedelics and you have that breakthrough experience, it's not what you thought it was gonna be. Like it was like it's usually more than what you think, but it's just not what you think, or it's not what you want it to be, because it is what it is. But
That shit it plays both sides real easily.
It's true.
Like the journey is the destination.
Upstream, but to get upstream,
And looking for fulfillment, it's going to be in an outward journey. You'll go infinitely. You might live 120 years and never find that fulfillment. But inwardly, what we call inside, that's just one step of fulfillment. I'm happy with myself. I'm happy with the things that I have. I'm happy with my friends and the guitars that I play, and so having that within yourself, you can carry that to wherever you are and always not be lacking. I'm sorry, but
I feel like that's the true success.
Yeah. Now, what was you gonna
being
say?
the journey is the destination. Like if you on your way somewhere, then the going is the being. So then you're really sitting still when you're going. But also, I think if we don't practice being still while we're getting somewhere and being patient, then once we get there, we'll just be so focused on going that we'll go right past it.
Yeah.
And we learn how to get something and enjoy it for a little while before we let it die.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
I love the way Theo be talking.
Yeah.
Theo, you know, if I had to put it like a psychedelic trip, how you talk, it's like when your friend has the bag of Doritos, and I'm like, can I have some? And he's like, yeah, go ahead. And then he points the bag hole to me, and when I put my hand in to grab the chips, every time I feel the chips and I want to grab it, like I feel like he's moving the bag back, and I gotta keep.
Hey,
he pulling the bag back to make sure you only get one or two.
He don't want you to
it's a long bag.
He only wants you to see some of the illusion, so you keep going. Yeah. I love, bro. So love you. Yeah.
Bag shakers.
So having that joy in this moment, having that presence of whatever you want to call feeling good or fulfillment or acceptance, success,
Yeah, it's that.
having that
I think it's like being in the moment.
Yeah, that
is something, yes,
that
you
moment
can
that
give to
oh my
yourself.
god, that journey.
And it's
man.
going to change, right? Because another moment, another moment,
Yeah, another moment.
Right.
Another moment. Each
And so-
moment in the journey is what makes that shit beautiful.
The moment.
Like even the ones like when it's bad and it seems like it's chaotic. It's a beautiful chaos.
It's the shit you can talk about,
It's
that happened to you when you're younger. And then they can talk about it now. Yeah, it was horrible then, but it's something you can laugh about now.
Yeah,
I think it's like our mind, like back in caveman times, everything was simple. Like if there was something going on, if it's silent nature, something comes up, your mind knows exactly what to do. But at some point, it's like our hands and our feet. We learn how to use our body, but then more and more moving parts around us. At some point, you just get swallowed in the ocean of it. But then even if one thing is happening, it's just like stillness.
You're so
Yeah.
poetic.
Hey, what's so
Kind of
crazy? Because
zones out.
you can be so joyful that you cry, and then
Yeah.
you can be so hurt. You can be so hurt that you cry.
And
Oh,
then
right, right.
Yeah, so you laugh so much that you start crying. You cry so much that you start laughing. Like
That's just like so beautiful.
I mean, you know, a lot of stuff is represented by a circle, because a circle only goes, no matter what direction you go in a circle, you will always touch back to where you came from. And that's
Yeah.
like the laughing and the crying.
it's
It's like-
always self-referencing too. A circle only sees itself.
Right. It's nothing's hidden from the circle, like a square or a triangle has corners that it can't see around the corner. But the circle is always looking
What you
on the
talking about, Bella?
now you go into
Bro, that just reminds. Have y'all ever seen I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry with Adam Sandler?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That fucking reminds me when they get married and Rob Schneider's like, "It's love is like a circle, square and triangle, cut corner." He's like saying it like word for word, and I was like, God fucking damn it.
He didn't know where he got it from. He didn't remember.
I just remember it so well because at my cousin's wedding, I said that in my best man speech. I was like, guys, here's the advice I have for y'all. Love is
my
like a
God.
circle.
All the old people are looking at you like, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, all my it was mainly all my family. They thought it was funny, but
Oh,
yeah.
It was somebody going, he right though, he right. I'm telling
Yeah.
Yeah. It was an old man clenching onto his homemade phone circle to remind himself. He's like, yep, this boy gets it.
Oh,
Oh fuck.
And hey, one of these discards we're gonna have to watch Coming to America, because I'm telling you guys, that's the best. That's one of the best illusions I ever saw on film. I love that movie.
Coming to, what, part 2? Part 2?
Remember when Mr. McDowell was like, "See, they got the Big Mac, we got the Big Mac. We got a sesame seed bun."
We got no seeds on our bun. Nobody wants seeds on their bun.
Yeah, that's a classic. Classico.
Hey, what's that other movie? Dang, man, it's that one movie that's supposed to be coming out. Did it come out yet? It's supposed to be the one dude like Jesus or something. I don't know if it's a comedy or
Why?
not.
Crickets.
Judas, the Black
Yeah, when
Yeah.
you're silent, you can start to hear everything.
Yeah, I'm always
Yeah.
been silent, except for when I'm around y'all.
Just think about the moment. is
Yeah, I
like a
just been
still
listening.
place.
I was talking for a minute in the beginning, then just was
Hold that
listening to
thought.
everyone.
Don't hold that thought. Don't hold that thought. Keep it.
Would you say,
What do
Blue
you
Flame?
think, Theo?
Every
saying,
time
Blue?
we hear a word, it's crazy that time can even pass. Like music and words, it's like it's happening all in a still moment. But for some reason, we have to echo it.
Oh
Like a lot
shit!
of times,
All
people
right,
be like,
guys,
"Wait, what'd
it's
you say?"
pretty late
Oh wait,
here. I'm gonna get ready for bed.
You might have you turned down,
Oh,
Theo.
man.
Or
I think he's got you muted or something, Theo.
What's up?
Venom, I think you have Blue Flame, Dr. Smiley muted or turned down.
Oh wait, why? What happened?
can you hear
Wait,
me?
who's Blue? Dr. Smiley?
Yeah, it's the blue
Dr.
one.
Smile.
Yeah, I hear you, Theo.
Venom, can you hear me?
Wait, which one is Theo?
Hey, did you hear him
It's
right
the
now? He
blue
asked you
one.
if
It
you could
looked
hear him.
like
Hello.
it's the blue
Venom.
flame.
No, hold
Yeah.
on. Oh yeah, there we go. I don't know why
Yeah.
they were muted. What's up, bro?
Oh,
I don't know why that was.
They be doing that sometimes.
Oh,
Probably
What
do.
were
it's
you
all
saying,
good.
Blue
See, that's
Flame?
the illusion.
You're,
See,
you're
that's the
talking about
illusion right there.
you're talking about the moment.
I was just saying how the moment that we call truth, or some people say this moment is what's true, and even though everything could be considered the moment, but it's like if we look at one snapshot of the moment, it feels like a miracle that music and words even make sense. Because for a second, if somebody says something, you might say what, but then you
Mhm.
might say no, wait, it's echoing still. Be like, oh, I heard you throughout one of the echoes.
Mm.
It's like the fact that we can even hear it as a word. Interesting.
I like that. I
Right.
like that.
Man, that's. I be thinking about like thinking about hearing things. Like the other day, I was like at a gas station or something, and I just remember like hearing the music, and I don't know what it was, but sometimes I just think I'm like. I know I'm not like controlling it, but I just like hear the music and I feel like it like matches up with my mood and everything, and I'm like, damn, I'm like, why does this like fit so perfect for the moment right now? Why does it feel that way, I guess?
In
What
an
was it?
aspect, you're always where you need to be.
Yeah.
Always. You can't be
Oh,
anywhere else, right? You're always going to be wherever you go, there you are. So, in some kind of aspect, when we relate to that or have a receptivity to that to this moment, then my full conscious awareness is able to interact with it in a way that is new, that I can what we're calling control. I like how Theo said, let's define control. I don't know if we can define any of these words, right? We can agree on them, we can agree on meanings, but I don't know if there's a definition for fucking anything.
it's an all moment, and it can happen at any age.
That's why the definition for everything always switching.
Because things can change, right? Cool used to mean a certain temperature, and until we started using cool for whatever, that's cool. That's
Right.
what is cool.
Could mean anything.
No, I was telling.
So
Well,
these,
we kind of
Go
make the words up and we assign the meaning to it, and then we all just agree.
What?
Exactly.
And we all agree on it. It's crazy because my boss today, I was telling her, I was like, yeah, when we feel good, or like if somebody say how you doing, we always go, I'm Gucci. And she was like, I'm Gucci. I love that. Because she like almost 70, like I'm Gucci. Oh, I like that. Like Gucci.
That is funny.
I can hear her telling her husband, he like, is you okay? Yeah, I'm Gucci. Huh? What did you say? Did you say
But are
Gucci?
you though? But when somebody responds and says, "But are you though? But are you Gucci though?"
Yeah. Yeah. All the designs on the Gucci shirt.
Well, come on now, get off the gas, get off the Gucci. Tell me what's up.
So we're gonna like permanently replace the word good for Gucci. Gucci morning, children. Gucci morning.
Yeah, y'all
Part of the
was
fractalocracy.
the fractal.
Y'all doing it for name
I can't
brand.
even say that shit.
Look, I'm gonna be honest. We got the Gucci, the bad, and the ugly.
The
That's
Gucci, the
ugly.
bad, and the ugly.
Gucci, the
That
bad,
means
and the
I'm
ugly.
doing good, but I'm good.
Not bad meaning bad, but bad meaning
Meaning
not
Gucci.
good.
good. Meaning Gucci.
Good.
Meaning Gucci. Made in
Right.
Gucci, Taiwan. But I had to quit because she kept bootlegging my shit.
But goddamn, I can't quit. It don't fit.
Yeah, but I gotta head out, y'all. I gotta go to work early, so I gotta get
Yes,
some rest.
dude.
So I'm on holla tomorrow.
Gangsta.
Thanks for stopping by, Mark Dreams.
Gucci.
I'm gonna
Yeah, good
inbox you,
seeing you,
Mark
Mark.
Dreams. I'm gonna hit you up.
Alright, bro.
All right.
Later,
All
everybody.
right. Later, everybody.
Enjoy.
Alright, guys.
Peace out, everybody.
Peace.
All right. And peace out, YouTube. Thank y'all for stopping by. Yeah, this was a nice little chat we had. You know, like the video before you go. And until next time, I see